Hey Pixies! Today we are doing a Valentine's Day manicure, so you'll probably see 2 Valentine's Day manicures uploaded from me here within a day of each other. I just did this one. This is with Double Dip, so look for that video if you're interested. And this hand, we are going to do a super fun My Bloody Valentine. I love horror movies. I don't usually say horror because it sounds like you're, saying something else, but I say scary movies. So I love scary movies and I really wanted to try this, and I looked up some inspiration and I found Rachel AT Schmitz, I think that's how you say it. She did a Halloween My Bloody Valentine. Well, mine's going to be My Bloody Valentine. She did it for Halloween, obviously for the blood. However, I wanted to do My Bloody Valentine. So, I don't know if you've seen that movie. Have you seen it? If you've seen it, leave a comment below because it has Dean Winchester, Jensen Ackles in it, and he is amazing. So, I will be using Bette from Revel. This is a porcelain white dip powder, and I am going to be putting 2, maybe 3, depending on the coverage, dips of that on this hand. Then we are going to use Essie Party on a Platform for blood splatter. For the dip powder, I'm going to be using my favorite dip liquids, Double Dip. Everything in this video will be linked below, along with discount codes for Double Dip. So, I think that's all we need. Oh, actually, you need a straw. That's how we're going to do the blood splatter. So, let's put that aside. And I already prepped my nails. So, I have my usual prep as well as peel base on. Everything's nice and dry. If you want to see a prep video, I will put a card here for you to check that out. And you can see everything I do from taking off my nails to getting ready to put on the new dip. So everything from start to finish in that process, I do have a video for that. So let's get started. I'm going to take Bette, and it just looks white there, but when it dries, it's porcelain and it's beautiful. It is my absolute favorite white that I've found so far. So I am just going to apply this as I would any other dip. I will let you watch me do this, and I will be back if you need a basic dip powder tutorial. I do have a video on that as well where I explain the steps, so I will put a card here for you to check that out as well. But I will be back once I'm done with my dips here of Bette. seem sloppy, this is because this is my dominant hand. This is my non-dominant hand. Now, normally I would use a big fluffy brush for this, but I just realized they're all dirty. So, hence why I have this tiny little brush. I am going to encapsulate and clear, just so we don't mess up any of the color when we are buffing and filing. So I'm going to apply my clear, and I'm just going to do exactly what you saw me do with Bette, and then I will be back. So let's apply our activator. And make sure you're wiping your activator brush off in between. You don't want anything to harden on you, so I'm always making sure I'm wiping off in between. The only thing you want to harden is your nails, which is what this does. And I apply a nice generous layer. You don't have to worry about getting this on your skin because it doesn't harden like that, but I do 2 generous coats. That way I know I didn't miss any spots and that I got the entire nail. So after this, I'm going to wait 1 to 2 minutes to make sure the activator fully activated and did its job. Then I am going to buff, file, and reshape my nails, and then I will come back because that is where we are going to do our blood splatter. So I'm going to buff, file, shape these, and I'm not going to activate a second time. I'm going to come back. We are going to put on our Party on a Platform blood splatter, and then we're actually going to finish this manicure up with a gel top coat. I think that'll be best on top of the blood splatter because I'm not sure how everything will react on top of the polish. So that's how we're going to do it, and I'll be back. Okay, we buffed, filed, and shaped, and we are going to go ahead and do our blood splatter. But before we do that, I wanted to show you this. I'll link these below. These are some glass nail files that I got off of Amazon. If I can get it out, there we go. And these are amazing. They're really cheap. I think you get an 8-pack for $6. So I'll link these below because I really like to use those to go around my cuticles, and they have a sharp edge on them. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll just kind of take that and run that along there. So I'll link those for you as well. Okay, so I laid down a whole lot of paper towels here. I just wanted the whole area to be covered. That way we're not getting any of the nail polish everywhere. So I'm not going to brush that off. I'm just going to take it and drip it into the cupcake liner. Now I tested this on a swatch, and I'm hoping it turns out as good as it did on the swatch. The only thing I'm concerned about is getting the red off my actual skin then, because I don't have any latex that I can put down. So what seemed to work best was to dip the straw in and then kind of get it inside a little. So let's try it here on the thumb and see what happens. Pretty cool. I'm just going to wipe off that nail polish before it actually dries on my skin. But look at that. That's so cool. Okay, 1 second. What I'm doing is I'm taking some of my 100% acetone and putting some into the cap. I use the Onyx, the white one, 100% pure acetone, and I'm going to take a Q-tip and dip that in there, and I'm going to try to get this before it fully dries and kind of wipe that off the best I can. And then I'll do a better cleanup later, but I think if I get it before it dries, it won't even have an opportunity to like stain. Because we don't want it on our skin. So that is super cool. I love that. Okay. Love it so far. Okay. So I'm going to take some more of this, put it in there, and be very careful not to touch this on anything else because it's not completely dry yet. That was the only thing whenever I did the swatch, is it kind of takes a while to dry because you have to get so much of it. So anything that's not on my nail, I'm just kind of trying to clean up, and I actually wiped just a little bit off there. So what I think I'm going to do is take the brush with not really anything on it and kind of just dab right there to do that. What do you think so far? Is this your jam? Is it not? Do you think I'm weird? If so, use it for a Halloween tutorial, you know? I'm going to go ahead and speed this up while I do the other three, and then I'll come back. My polish is dry. I did have to wait probably like 10 minutes for it to dry, but it is dry. And I just went around the cuticles with the Q-tip like you saw me doing and cleaning that up, and then I took a paper towel. I do have a tiny bit of red in there, but I don't know that that's going to be a big deal. and it'll probably come off. It's just nail polish, so it'll probably come off as I'm washing my hands and doing stuff, and I might go back in with a Q-tip a little bit later and just kind of go around the edges again. But I am going to finish this off with my Modelones gel polish. So I have the base coat and the top coat. I'll link these below. The link is the correct link, but they do not look like this anymore. So basically, I bought these about 6 or 7 months ago, and since then they've changed the packaging, so they don't come with these nice wooden handles anymore. But I am going to put a layer of base coat on top, and I just touched them all and they weren't wet, so I'm hoping this doesn't smear anything. So I'm just going to apply a base coat to the entire nail. I'm going to kind of cap it as well. I cured that for 60 seconds, and I'm going to move on to the top coat. Now, the reason that I put the base coat on first, I do have a sensitivity to some dip liquids, so I started doing the gel method, and I kind of go back and forth now. I don't always do the gel method, but sometimes I do. I really like the gel method, and I feel like I get a cleaner manicure, but sometimes I do like to use the dip liquid. So I was putting just the top coat on to finish it off, and my nails were peeling from the tip, so I started putting the base coat on first, and now I don't get that peeling right there at the tip. I do have a hair there though. There we go. So sorry guys. So I put that base coat on first, cap the edges, put my top coat on, cap the edges, curing in between for 60 seconds, and now I'm not getting that peeling. So if you're wondering why I did that, that is why. I'm going to cure this for 60 seconds and I'll be back. We are completely cured. I absolutely love it. It turned out far better than I expected. I will link Rachel's video below, the one that I watched to do this, and so I'll link her below, but this turned out amazing, better than I expected. Like I said, it's just so cool. Is this something that you would try? Would you do this any time of the year? Would you only do this at Halloween? Would you do it at Valentine's Day like I am? Let me know in the comments, but I am going to finish off with my cuticle oil. As I always do, this is Scales of a Mermaid, and this will just rehydrate your skin. And I also put on my CeraVe moisturizer when I'm done too, and I always apply my cuticle oil and moisturizer before bed and multiple times a day, just to keep my skin nice, because it is kind of rough to do this to it all the time. But if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. If you have any questions or video suggestions, products you'd like to see me try, leave it in the comments, or you can find me on Instagram at DippingPixie. And that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.